I know we have something in common, and
We're
that is
Scorpios.
no, because I'm not a Scorpio.
What?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, shit.
You're
Okay.
a Scorpio.
We're both people.
We both love and have a dedicated yoga practice.
Yeah.
What does yoga mean to you? Why do you do yoga? And you're a certified teacher,
Yeah.
yes?
Yeah. So
How'd you get into that?
2 years ago, when we were doing the Are You Real record, I was such a mess emotionally because I couldn't. To be honest, I just said it again, but it just felt like everything was on the verge of collapse, like hourly. And I don't know if you've had like times in your life like that.
I certainly have.
Where you just get to a point where you're like, why am I even trying to do this?
That happens
really?
To me.
Well, this was like every day. I was in LA, I was in Westwood, and it was every day where I was like, yo, it feels like I'm trying to keep something together that has been on the verge of falling apart. And in the past, like, I've had anger issues to just blistering rage. And I never took it out on other people. It was all like internal, and like depression and anxiety. And 2 years ago, that was my daily ritual, which like even like setting up a photo shoot took 3 weeks. Trying to do anything was just impossible. And like we had a tour coming up and I was like, yo, this is not, my quality of life is awful. And I somehow it was like a Groupon for core power, which is like now I do yoga and it's not fucking yoga.
But it's a good start.
But it was a good start. And all I knew was I feel better. Like this is an hour of my day and I'm not thinking about is my life going to fall apart tomorrow?
Is what I love about yoga. I go into a class and when I come out of it, I realize that I haven't thought of anything at all.
That's the point. That's it. It's presence. It's being mindful. So I got into it for saying like physically it feels good and emotionally I feel better. Like it's sacred time to do that. And then it became a daily practice. And then I didn't know anything too. Like not that I know anything now, but I just fucked my way around and didn't.
Do you mean literally?
No, I fell on a lot of people, but I didn't know what I was doing, so I just did it. And I was doing everything wrong, is what I'm trying to say. But I know I felt better.
But I don't think there's doing things wrong in yoga. There's just moving and breathing.
Yeah,
and...
I mean doing things wrong to get hurt or like something. Yeah. But it wasn't until like 6 months, probably or 7 months in, where I was like, yo, there's such a spiritual benefit to this, and it's a way of life.
It is.
And the parallels to songwriting and recording and playing shows, I'm just going to wave this tater tot around, are endless.
Well,
which is what
go ahead and
which
eat
is what
it, and I'll say
me.
that what I think I hear you saying, and is what is my experience with yoga, is that, I run to keep my body in shape, and I know people do yoga to keep their body in shape, and it does shape your body. It's great for your body, but I don't see yoga as an exercise for my body. I see it as an exercise for my spirit.
Right.
And that's the way I feel after I do it, is that I've strengthened my spirit.
Yep.
Is that too woo-woo?
Self-care. No. It's spiritual. It's spiritual exercise. That's the way I think about it.
Yeah. It is. It really is.
And like the whole becoming a yoga teacher thing, like it was more just like, I don't know if you ever had shit like this too, where it was like, when I was younger, I just wouldn't do stuff for myself. I'd be like, oh, I want to do this, but I'm like, no, I can't. For like whatever reason, because I'm like, I have to do music, and like this was the first time where I was like, you know what, like it took me like till 26 till I actually felt like a fucking person.
Yeah.
So like for me,
good for you, because it took me to 40 to feel like that.
Really? I mean, for me, it was just like, I was like, I'm just gonna do this for myself, like keep it to me, and then I don't know. And it was also too, it's like, I don't know, I heard stories about like Lou Reed, like after the Velvet Underground broke up, he like went back to like typing at like an office building or something. So I was like, you know what, like I just want to like, it means a lot to me and it's helped me, so like I'm gonna like keep digging further.
And it's just another way for you to share your gifts with the world.
Well, yeah, and it's crazy because like I think this tour has been so much fun because of all the lessons I've learned in yoga and from that like training. Yeah.
Can you say more about that?
Yeah, so the parallels between yoga and songwriting and even recording and live shows, I feel like can all fit in the same thing, the same like bracket, where every day when you show up to your mat, every day when you show up to play a show, it's like you're in a different, it's like the first time you're doing it,
Yep.
So it doesn't matter what happened yesterday, it doesn't matter what happened last month, doesn't matter what's going to happen tomorrow. Like, if you just show up and do your best and know you do your best, like that's okay. And like some days you're going to suck, some days you're going to feel like God, some days you're going to like struggle through it, and like it'll be uncomfortable, but like if you just keep showing up with like the best attitude you can and saying like even if I'm uncomfortable, being like I'm gonna sit with this and hold space for it and not beat myself up.
Right.
Like there were so many tools I think from the teacher training.
So
I took teacher training at Power of Your Own in Santa Barbara. Yeah, and that's the thing, because like I was somebody who, there's a quote from the Four Agreements, which I love, and he said humans are the only organisms on Earth that will make a mistake and pay for it 10,000 times. And I was in that category. Like I don't know if you've seen Planet Earth.
Some of it.
So there's that famous scene of the lizards being born, and within 3 seconds of them coming to life, there's 10,000 snakes trying to eat them.
Whoa.
So yeah, so they're born and then they're outrunning all these snakes, and these snakes are vicious, and there's literally 10,000 of them trying to eat these lizards, and the lizards get away and they get on a rock, and there's a final shot at the end of them just kind of like sticking their tongue out, looking around, and then they just get on to life.
And they've literally been born a minute ago.
Yeah, and you think about like people, like I was the kind of guy where like if a girl looked at me wrong in high school, there was nothing like, she didn't even notice it, I'd be like wrecked for like 4 months, and then I'm gross now. Carry it with me, you know?
Yeah.
So like for me, like it was shows were like that, where like if I made a mistake during a show or I fucked up a show, I'd crucify myself for weeks and just beat myself up about it. So I think yoga just being like, yo, like not every show is gonna be God. Like it's okay if you fuck up, but like it's gonna do you no good to like beat yourself up about it.
Right.
All is right in the world tonight, and